welcome to another episode of Stock Talk Product Review. We got a decent show planned for you today. We've got economic numbers, things like that, some new things coming out, and Thursday, I guess, GDP is coming out, so it's going to be an interesting show. We're going to cover two stocks at the back end of this, but first we're going to cover some of the economic news in 14. This is from zerohedge.com. 14 signs that the U.S. economy is poised to crash really hard in Q2 2022. First off, guys, we did take a week off here because we were all vacationing here and there. What were you doing during the break? Blowing off fireworks or what?
Oh, dude, it was Plant Beer Day.
Yeah. So if you want an extra holiday for the year, don't move to Utah. That's all I got to say.
What was Fraser doing?
Fraser was throwing it back, I think. Weren't you, Fraser, with the girls?
No, I actually was doing some things with family, and basically it was reminiscing about my grandpa and just celebrating him, and also trying to get out of the cities for a little bit. Have a moment of getting down to earth and what really matters thing.
Okay,
it's all about people.
Getting down to earth and really matters is what we're going to talk about. It says Tyler Durden writes, it looks like you're getting rid of confirmation that a recession has finally begun when the GDP number for the second quarter comes out this week. Guys, do you think you're going to get an accurate number here? I don't think you are.
It's going to definitely be skewed by the establishment, I'm afraid. It's going to be it's going to be doctored, and they're going to try to lie through their teeth saying that it's not happening, but in the back of their minds and in the back of the minds of America, it's basically every man for himself, abandon ship.
According to them, everything's great though. It looks like it says small businesses are continuing to fail across the country. The housing crash for potential epic proportions. Just wait till interest rates get hyped up more. Then you're going to see more downtrend here. So hopefully they can hang on before October. Or there's the possibility of another rescue plan in September after what we have right here. Before I go into anything, guys, it looks like Steve Cortes has some other numbers out. Looks like Walmart was down again, and shoppers can't afford to buy the extra goods is what they're saying. But Jim Cramer has a solution. He's blaming it on management, and he's not blaming it on Walmart. Do you guys have a take on? He's blaming it on Walmart management and
Cramer's
not.
A dope, dude.
He's just looking for a scapegoat. He's just looking for a scapegoat and just pointing the finger at someone else when he's the one who actually crapped in the punch bowl, basically.
Yeah, dude, we gotta get him out of here.
Yeah, that is the worst analysis. They have their pom-poms out for the establishment. It's not Walmart management's fault. It's the reality of that people are just buying the necessities they need because they can't afford
to predict
pay
everything
anything.
the guy's gonna say, man. You know?
Yeah.
Like, how can anyone take this guy seriously? It's amazing to me that he's on. He's still on the air on freaking doing his thing, dude. It's crazy.
He's definitely right about his show, Mad Money. He's mad for sure. So he's gone crackers for sure on this one. So
yeah, dude. Telling you.
PMI purchasing management. It looks like it's country versus country. This figure came out in the world G20. America is last with the lowest. The number is 47.5. Anything below, according to economists, equals a recession. That number could almost equal to a double recession there, guys. Do you have any takes on that?
No, it's pretty obvious what they're doing, of course. They're trying to redefine the definition and then try to distance themselves away from it when it inevitably comes out. Inevitably.
Were you guys surprised to see that the natural gas was up 10% as well today? Does that come as any surprise?
I think it's due to people not using as much energy and just cutting back for the most part, and basically there's a surplus, and that's the supply demand basically is the result of that.
Due to the international crisis is where they're trying to blame this. It looks like if this keeps on going up, winter's not going to be pretty, and it's going to add extra cost to people's goods there. Because if people didn't know, your farms, your factories, and a lot of your air conditioning too right now runs on natural gas, so it's not just heat. Is that concerning to you guys at all? That things are probably with the jobs report coming out, the jobs report is going to say. They're saying that they've added lots of jobs and everything's good. But like we talked about in the break before we started the show, guys, are these college jobs that they added during the summer for when people and high school kids going back to work, and then they're going to be going back to school, and then we're going to see that drop off again? Or what would you say?
It's definitely going to be one of the jobs that's basically a temp job or a contract service, or those kids trying to get summer jobs, but inevitably it's going to crash. It's going to crash.
If they're even jobs at all, dude, it could just be even made up at this point.
That's the thing, and that us talking about this show might not be on tomorrow. So as far as we know, we don't know what the new narrative is for regime talking points. So shout out to our friends in Free China, because we're turning in just like them. That's why they're following us. They're trying to get our news, and we share their news and things like that. So, even though this show is smaller, could be shut down at any time. So enjoy while you can.
Dude, they're not letting them withdraw and all that stuff, dude. It's nuts over there. Kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah, they're not. They're putting tanks in front of the banks and saying you can't withdraw there. It's insanity, and people need to check that out if you haven't seen that. You can find that all over if you know where to find it. So, not on the Alphabet channel, though. Yep. Go ahead.
Dude, I'm just saying, man. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that? Just being told, like, being given the runaround, and like all of your life savings, dude, just freaking locked away,
gone.
dude. And
wasn't there a show that talked about that? Wasn't there a show like last year and the year before that talked about a crisis like that? Some coming up there. I think it was Evergrande. I think we discussed that.
Yeah.
So,
well, they definitely took a page out of their playbook, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Well, there's one way to erase debt off the books when everything fails, right? It's called war, unfortunately. So maybe that's their plan. I have no idea. So
yeah, that's the worry.
One survey just released discovered 35% of all small business owners in the U.S. could not pay the rent full or part-time in June. That's disturbing right there, wouldn't you say, guys?
Whoa, what percentage?
35% of all small business owners in the U.S. could not pay their rent in full or on time in June.
Damn.
Not a good sign. Small business is the lifeblood of the economy. If you choke that off, then there it is right there. I could totally see that number. A different survey found that 51% of all small business owners in the U.S. believe that rising prices could force their business to close in the next 6 months. That's significant right there.
Well, dude, if you're watching this is all avoidable. You know what I mean? Like,
no,
people
it was
probably
all
think
avoidable.
that we're just being naysayers and they don't want to listen because it's all. But dude, if you just pay attention and you're not out just spending and listening to what that dope in the White House is saying.
The outhouse hog.
I won't say his name. But that dope in the White House, that idiot, then you'll be good to go. I mean, clearly,
or as I like to call it, the regime.
Clearly everyone, yeah, man, like everyone on mainstream, like it's just crazy. This Kramer dork, dude.
Yeah,
it's just nuts. I mean, how can anyone take that guy seriously when you can tell what he's gonna say, dude. You can ask him a question, you'll know exactly what he's gonna say. It's predictable, dude, based on
all fake.
Yeah, what his overlords tell him to do.
It's all fake. It's all rubbish. It's trash, and you need to find alternative sources to finding news there. And like I said, that's even if we can even put Zero Hedge on YouTube. We'll see what happens with the censors there. It's been reported that 45% of all small businesses in the U.S. already decided to freeze the hiring of new workers. That's not good. So there was also the article that came out, guys, of the Great Resignation. Did you guys see that too? people are leaving because they're just tired of some of these companies. They've just had it. So they're leaving the
that's still
workforce.
going on.
Well, they have to have some kind of autonomy
Yep.
and some kind of control. And if that's the only way to assert it, then more power to them.
Sales of previously owned home dropped 5.4%. Well, we knew that was coming. Once they raised interest rates at the first jump there, that was the end. The end was close and the end is near. So we'll see what happens. In 3/4 of the metro areas, Redfin tracks at least 25% of the home sellers reduce their asking price during the month of June, and we're seeing that going over and over again because everybody knows that it's coming. Well, not everybody. Some people are. What did the Iraq soldiers call? The Iraq and Afghanistan soldiers said about America at war and America at the mall, because this is basically what it's like there. Your economy is imploding, but people are at the mall, you know. And I can't remember what percentage they said of people are now having problems sleeping because they don't know how. They're unsure if they're going to pay their bills. I believe that's in the high 50s or 60s or something like that, and it could be more of Americans can't sleep at night for that. So that's disturbing as well.
I wonder what percentage of those are driving, Lexuses and Acura and Beamers and all these things. That's insane to me, man. I wasted so many years paying high payments
you gotta
on vehicles.
You got to cut all that extra waste out, because if you don't, you're going to be in trouble coming up here. Conveniently, guys, though, Blackstone, they're able to they're coming to the rescue for everybody. They prepared a war chest of $50 billion so they can scoop up all the desperate, depressed real estate all over the country. So this way, younger people won't be able to buy a house. How awesome is that?
Even harder now, huh?
Yeah,
the American dream is going to be out of reach for most of us in Gen Z and Gen Y. It's almost going to be impossible for them to even get into a house.
Yep, and who's going to be paying the high rents? You are, because they decided this is what they wanted to do. So the number of Americans applying for jobless benefits has risen to the highest level in 8 months. So that's pretty huge as well. So that's climbing back up again. Employment postings for software development jobs have dropped off by more than 12% in the last 4 weeks. More negative. That's pretty bad, huh?
That's really bad, dude.
The Conference Board Index leading economic indicators have now fallen 4 months in a row, and the S&P Global Flash US PMI, which we just talked about, just went negative for the first time since the last recession. So I believe Cortes had that chart before up. If you could see that on his Twitter feed, I believe that went. It actually equals to a double recession, but they're not just saying that because everything's good in the outhouse and everything's a party. Everybody's doing good, So the latest number of the Philadelphia Fed manufacturing index came back at negative 12.3, and it was much worse, more than experts were anticipating. And experts were anticipating. Ain't that a question right there, guys? Is that a laugher or what?
Yeah, who elected these experts, and what makes them qualified to tell us that their information is valid?
Yep, unelected bureaucrats. They're the experts, man. So, do you got anything to add on that one, Hog, before the next dumpster dive news? Inflation continues to rage out of control. Economic activity in the U.S. slows down. If you can believe it, the average price on a used vehicle in the United States has now risen to a whopping $33,341. And a lot of sales guys are saying, don't buy them, they're a waste of dough. What do you say there, Hog? I've got some inside info on some sales guy, and they're saying some of the vehicles there are a waste of dough, guys, because they're overpriced.
Yeah, just like 4 years ago, that could get you into a decent truck or something. That could get you into a decent new truck, but for that price for a used car and whatnot, it's maddening. Yeah,
it's pretty bad. looks like maybe Hog dropped off, but he'll when I hear that board going out or into the entrance, and maybe he might debut something as well. It looks like the Atlanta Fed is now projecting that the U.S. economic growth for the second quarter will come negative 1.6%. It'll ultimately be confirmed that the U.S. economy has already been contracting for 2 quarters in a row. That could mean we're officially in a recession. Guys, we're in a recession right now, okay? This isn't, this has to turn around at some point to avoid depression is where it's at. So that's where I'm just giving you my head straight up. Hopefully we don't head that way. God forbid, but you never know. Do you have anything to add there, Kage, before I go on to this next point here?
Yeah, they're just basically trying to bail out a sinking ship, basically. And the guy at the wheel is still saying, full steam ahead, let's keep going.
Yeah, and he's just reading I'm not trying to make excuses for the guy, but he's just reading a cue card and whatever they give him. So he's not even all there upstairs. So I just don't even, I just read what he says and that's it. But for years, nothing could seem to quash the relentless optimism of big tech companies, and the stock soared to absolutely absurd heights, Tyler Durden writes. But now everything has changed as we head into the second quarter this year. The following comes from the Washington Compost or Amazon Post there. Big tech is bracing for an economic recession. That in turn is triggering more economic angst. The biggest tech firms, most of the next quarter earnings, have offered recent help and they're hunkering down. News layoffs, hiring slowdowns have become commonplace in Silicon Valley, and startups are saying capital is driving up and workers will begin to notice businesses are changing. I don't remember ever seeing this pessimism in Silicon Valley. Incredibly, Biden administration being the economy is slowing down, but Yellen insists that we're witnessing quite an appropriate healthy economy. So she's still going with this. She says there's no evidence of decline, guys, and says they're talking about this spending again, and it's like they do this, it's just going to get more inflation is going to get worse. Hopefully they don't do this coming up, but you never know. They might get to be desperation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The next stock we have is CMRX. CMRX, Chimerix Incorporated. Last tick was $2.42. Yes, we're back at stocks. Going into the charts, they look legit until about May of 2022, and we get the dump off through the summer, and then we see some resistance coming up where we're back to 242 after hours. 2 cents makes no difference. Whatever there. Trying to get past all the politics there. Chimerix Incorporated is a biopharmaceutical company. That's some of the reason why this is coming, because like I told you guys before months ago, the hedge against this was biopharmaceuticals, because you got a lot of dough into that. It looks like commercialization of pharmaceutical products. Its portfolio includes brinquecidine for treatment of endonovirus, cytomegalovirus, and smallpox. That's interesting right there that's coming up, guys. Did you see that? There's smallpox things, huh?
Smallpox? What?
Yep, I thought that was extinct. Did they weaponize it or something?
For reasons I can't say on the show, I have my theories of why this is coming up and everything, but we'll just leave it at that. You guys can entertain the thoughts or whatever. So,
well, it is weaponized. We know that.
Yeah, we can say that after 2 years at least.
It's just not. It's just technically not allowed to be used. There you are, Ed. Ed.
There you are, Ed. So Ed knows what's going on. So what do you got on? Speaking of which, Kage, what do you have on the twits on this? Because I got.
How about this take from Raging Bull Bears? He says CMRX about to get nasty with bag holders. Upward channel and buyer beware. Rug pull coming or worse, offering to take advantage of the run. Nothing has changed since last earnings. This can only be a good load below $2.
Yeah, and interesting coming up on Bazinga. So you think he just thinks that this is just another with the fake news alarm. He thinks he's just going to make the dough off this now, and then cut and loose later once the monkeypox scare is gone, because that's what it looks like. With the WHO declaring the monkeypox a public health emergency, global concern, this is why this is jumping up now. It's up 17.6%, guys. So
Damn.
it looks like the. Oh, go ahead, Hog. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, I just said, damn, dude, that's a lot. I'm telling you.
That's a lot for a Monday there.
Yeah,
the rare designation is. That's what Kage's not understanding. What other takes you got before I read about the Who, and not the music group, the Who, the better Who. So what do you got?
What do you got, Kage?
How about this take from KS33, and he's got a link in his comments to medicalcountermeasures.gov. He says,
No.
Snapshot of the most important part. 2 antivirals are already named and established, T-Pox and Tembexa. And he says for the stock bullish.
Yeah,
and,
I mean, there's a. Go ahead.
He's saying that the link says something about supporting advanced development and FDA approval of vaccines leveraging proven technologies, including investing in at least 5 different vaccine platforms across the array of virus families with pandemic potential.
Yeah, don't worry, there's
at
a
least
bunch of
one
other
prototype vaccine
right there,
candidate for each virus family with pandemic potential, and evaluating each prototype vaccine candidate in non-clinical studies.
The rare designation is the highest alert level with the WHO, who declared it a public health emergency again, uses to show that the organization, a pharmaceutical company that engages in research and development and commercialization of medicines. The portfolio includes treatment for acute leukemia, antiviral treatment for smallpox. Monkeypox is the same virus family as smallpox and could be milder symptoms. Not entertaining on black helicopter theories or anything like that, guys. Do you see an opportunity here, or you think they're just riding on the news here of the hype there?
I think it's just part of the hype.
Really? I don't know, dude. It's the whole thing is weird to me, dude.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, they have other stuff in the hopper. So if you did get it at a short price, say at a decent buy point, it's not that bad of a buy because they just don't do everything. If you're basing everything on monkeypox, this was the same thing like every company before where people are like, oh, they're doing research on this virus and this virus, so I'm going to put up. Don't put, just when you go in, when you're looking for companies like this, you want to find ones that are in, they have various things, and these guys have various things they're into. So you could take the news today, take it as you have it. Oh, go ahead, Hog.
They got smallpox too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have the breakthroughs with that as well, and they have the leukemia thing going down. There's just so many other things, that probably others that we haven't covered here. It looks like is this is something coming up, or is this something separate here? Let me just see. Because they're talking about herpes simplex infections, market global outlook for 2022, 2029. I'm sure it's going to be higher for reasons we can't say. Insights embrace the market size business, therefore the current patent dangers conceivable outcomes.
I like it, dude.
The market. Yeah, it's not a bad play. It's just where's your buy point and where you're getting in. I don't know. Like the other guy said, he's going to play. That guy you said before the first comment. He sounds like he was a short. What do you guys think?
I can't really say for sure.
What were you doing? Drinking a brewski or what there, Kage?
I had some gas or something that I was focused on. Sorry.
Hey, dude. Cutting
Gassy,
some rug and cutting
What'd
some
you eat,
cheese
dude?
on the show. That's going on there.
No, I'd rather not.
Kage, you seem like somebody who drinks.
I'm the silent but deadly type. If I
That's funny, dude. Because you're a ninja.
SBD, dude.
Well, exactly.
SBD.
I sometimes even use it to take my targets out
as a defensive sort of thing.
Sort of.
I think Scott and Robin said he took them out on one time. So they were in their house. They were pretty passed out there. So
what about Mork and Mindy?
You could check that out on kage.com there. So go to that website. No, don't really go to the website. It doesn't exist.
Yeah,
So
we don't know what that is.
Sorry.
yeah, I make crap up all the time. So going on
Kage
to
Hage, though,
stock
that
Twix,
will be a site.
the Hage one.
Yeah, Kage Hage, that will be a site. It's just not up yet.
Is there any bears on this one or any interesting takes that you find? Because we only read 2. So, like the guy from Willy Wonka said, you can't just do 2. What do you got?
How about this one from Tickeron? He says for this stock.
He always brings his receipts.
Yeah, he always brings his receipts. Yes, we like Tickeron. He says bearish. Does this make you nervous? CMRX. MACD histogram turned negative on July 25th, 2022. View odds of the downtrend in the comments, and he's got this chart with the drop off in May, and it looks like the stock is mostly looking to be projected downward rather than upward for the most part.
I would have to agree with that now, because the shorties are going to dump this thing on Friday. So, and it possibly could accelerate more with the downtrend of the economy news. That's just, the panic sellers are just going to freaking panic because they're not going to be able to handle this. They're just like I told you guys before, this is the appetizer before the main event that is coming. You need to be prepared. I told you guys that a while ago. People said I was a conspiracy theorist and everything was going to be good and things are going to go fine. And we're still not through this at all. When you don't have people that don't know what they're doing, it's going to get worse. So, yeah. What are the bear takes?
That's how it is with this stuff.
What are the bear takes? I'm looking through the comments. And I'm seeing like a few bears here and there, but I haven't necessarily seen them with their charts or their receipts for this one.
They're just saying poopy and all that stuff and crappy, or what?
Well, bull trap, some say, but there's this take from Giggity. He says can't get monkeypox if you do it this way. CMRX, and it's got a picture of a let's just say adult toy on a chair pointing upward.
Oh my God.
Gee whiz, dude. These people, man.
Well,
I'm sure that he's looking to get. I think he's looking to get banned off of the twits, man. They're going to come in hot on him, man.
I guess so,
is it not true?
But I see his point.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's just like freaking. Yeah, they're going to nail him on that one just because of what he shared. But that's anything
great.
else there or no?
How about this one from Harold and Krumer 69? He says, CMRX.
This guy that's coming from the 69. This one should be really interesting, dude.
Market makers are holding this down. Same with CMRX. In order to give their crooked buddies that they share their wives with time to load the boat. Once everyone's on board, they're going to let this run to the hills. This is barely the beginning, if anything, just confirmation. They are literally holding the train back from the station. I can't see it any other way.
He was coming in hot on that one, don't you think there, Hog?
Yeah, dude.
Is there any comments, replies to that take or no?
I'd be interested in that. Not that, let's see.
You see any replies back to him? Because sometimes they reply back to them.
I can't necessarily find any response to that quote that he made.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, good take though. What do you anything else you guys want to add to this one or no? I'm gonna go back to the market.
I think we covered it pretty good. This stock is definitely one of those pump and dumps, I think.
You think you're calling it a pump and dump, Hog? Are you calling it a pump and dump or no?
Oh, I don't know, dude.
I'm not gonna. Me personally, I'm not calling it a pump and dump. I'm staying neutral on it, but I will say that. No.
Yeah, dude. It's a risky week is the problem, dude. Like you said.
Yeah. Yeah. I see, Kage, I see where you're coming from because of the news and everything, because people are going to dump it. So I see your point. I just think with what they have in the hopper and like the biopharma and everything like that, with what they have in the pipeline, there is some shots there, but it could all be smoke and mirrors. What do I know? I'm just
who knows?
one person
Who
on the
knows?
show.
You want to stay positive, sure,
everything's
but
going to turn.
You don't
into
put
a
it
pump
past
dump,
people. You don't put it past people to go to their baser
once that interest rate goes up.
Yeah,
everything's going to be a dump, dude.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yep. America's chickens. They're coming.
I guess.
Home.
Look. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's funny, dude.
The late great Reverend Wright, good man, right? So try to warn us.
Yeah.
We didn't listen.
I'm more into Reverend Run.
Yeah, Reverend Run was awesome too. So
yeah.
So we're gonna go on to the next stock. We'll see you in 2 and 2. Peace. Next stock we have is EGOC. EGOC last tick was 0.0055. Just to start off, I know some of you have pom-poms out for the stock because you you loyal to the company, you like it, you love it. But buyer beware, because it is a penny stock. It is very volatile, and anything below $1 you need to be aware of. You should be aware of everything, but anything below $1 is buyer beware, because it is not for the newbie. That's what we're trying to say on the show. Going into what would you say they do here? They design and develop green energy products. It manufactures fuel efficient. I could see why this has 100 million watchers or something like that on there, Kage. Fuel efficient and emission reduction solutions for retrofit diesel power engines. The company was founded on October 5th, 2003, and it headquartered in Boca Raton, Florida. So the Free Republic of Florida. I know I'll get fact checked on that one, but it is what it is. So what do you got on the twits?
How about this take from Marty Meck? He says, EGOC, bullish. It takes a little time for people to get the news. The news is great and pretty much detailed what we have been saying for the past year. Nice to know we were over the target the whole time and not off in left field. If it doesn't break through today, then it surely will in the morning. Just in my opinion, but we should go much higher on this news. The rest of today and the rest of this week is going to be fun. JMO.
Maybe.
Just my opinion.
Yeah, I know it's true, but it's just maybe, unless everybody does the panic dump in the next couple days. You never know. It was well up to 100. This is on Microcap Daily. It was up to 150% on Tuesday after the company reported it will be acquiring PB International Enterprise Limited of PB International Limited on excellent global initiative business service provider. As a connector, the group, this will have the acquisition is expected to be assist EGOC and accelerate establish a global strategic center in the Asia Pacific region based on the world's freest commercial trade port, will combine with the international and deeply subdivided business services and allows to empower the group's domestic industrial chain to upgrade in order to expect and realize the superposition and the reorganization of the advantaged resources in multiple cash cow industries. What else do you have on the tips for me, Kage?
This is a take from Mr. 185%. He says EGOC. An IPO on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange would be faster and better than a possible merger. Then secondary offering on the NASDAQ. They wanted to achieve so much within a year. Nothing happens and nothing seems to happen anymore. Some people must have made a lot of money during the hype some month ago and now scam, question mark.
That's not that bad of a take, I would say. And do we know if this is affiliated with CCP or no? Is there any ownership there?
I don't know. It says the announcement in the future acquisition of PB International. If that's into the Hong Kong exchange and whatnot, then maybe that merger.
Something that people need to know about. We previously reported EGOC, this is Microcap Daily, back in July of 2021, stating that at the time, after years of dormancy, EGOC filed for an 8K starting David Lazar in Custodial Ventures, and it was appointed as the custodian of the company. What else we got here? We got nothing. Okay. So, and then we got this press release at Stockhouse. It looks like the announcement of the future acquisition of PB International, which we covered, and it's basically parroting that article. Kagi, back me up, and what do you got on the twits while I find something else? Because I'm looking past the parrot news.
How about this one from, let's see, Leon Diebel. He says, EGOC, you guys have a 15-minute golden cross and possibly bull flag.
That's what I think. I would have to agree with that take. So you're this gain right now, it's great. I'm glad that you guys are making dough, but this is all off of parrot news, because if you look at the Google machine, everybody is parroting this over and over, which screams what?
Manipulation.
No, that's one thing. What do you got, Hog? Time out. I think we need another check. We lost him.
Great.
Let's see, where is the Hoggy at? Sharing pause. Oh, that's okay. There he is. I'm getting him back again. See if we can connect. Hoggy, are you connecting? Friends all. If we connect with Hog, we'll connect. We'll hear the skateboard or something. Okay, so I'm going to start it off again. 1, 2, 3. Kagi, this also screams pump up the gem, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's definitely one of those stocks that has a lot of movement upward, and one has to wonder why.
So we lost Hog in the transition, and pretty much that's all I really want to cover on it, because that's all the news is parroting there. So because that's what we do, is we cover the news on this. So cover the news, cover what it does a little bit, semi. But this one we gave it a fair stab. So do you got anything to add on this one at all?
There's this take from Apalusk. He says EGOC bullish, big move as custodianship / SPAC reverse merger will acquire PB International Enterprise Limited, and it looks like it's got a article from Shanghai. It looks like for today.
Oh, I see where this is going. I'm just not going to comment, Kage, on this one. You know how I feel about where this is headed, so I'll just say that it's a pass for me, dude. You guys can go and make all the money. I'm good. You guys can do whatever you guys want on this. I think I remember this one, and we took a pass on it last time, didn't we?
Maybe.
It's interesting to cover the news, though. I wish we had Hog's take, but we probably lost them off the somewhere. Some kind of call came in or something like that. But yeah, this one's a pass for me. It was good to cover it, though. Interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting, but yeah, we'll just say that anything about this stock, buyer beware. This is volatile and a penny stock, so take care. You do your due diligence.
Anything dealing with over there. So don't make it a dog show unless you have anything to add. Then.
No, nothing else to add. So.
Good night now.
Good night.